Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be doing a DC character spotlight on Bizarro. Now, many of you might know who Bizarro is. He is supposedly the exact opposite of Superman. Where did the name Bizarro come from? Well, let's see if we can find out. What we're going to be going over in this video is his comic book history, where he is today, and why we're talking about him in this video. So, as I just said, Bizarro is a doppelganger of Superman. He has inverted colors of Superman. Also, his colors are a little weird too. Like he's got like a dark blue suit with instead of it being red, it's purple, and his S is inverted, and his skin is chalk white or gray, depending on the rendition of him. And he talks in a very opposite way than we would normally hear people speak. So one of the big ones is like, "Me am going to kill you," would mean "I will save you." Bizarro has a very odd way of talking. Because of this, he's been a villain and also an anti-hero because of this. The original Bizarro was created when Superman was exposed to a duplication ray, and in accordance with science fiction concepts of Superman's stories of the era, Bizarro relocated to the Bizarro world, a cubicle planet called Hiri, which is just Earth spelled backwards, which operated under Bizarro logic, which is that it was a crime to do anything good or right, which Bizarro populated with inverted versions of Superman's friends and other DC heroes. The 1986 crisis on Infinite Earths rewrote the DC's continuity, eliminating that planet, and since then the two Bizarro characters have appeared, one of them a flawed clone created by Lex Luthor, and the second, a longer lasting Bizarro, was an idea of the Batman villain, the Joker, brought to life when he was in control of the power cosmic trickster, Mr. Netslick. I am so horrible with that name. He is a difficult name to say, but he's the magic guy with the hat that always goes toe to toe against Superman. Bizarro has been a consistent enemy of Superman since his first appearance. Faithful adaptations of Bizarro appeared in the animated series Super Friends, in the series in the DC Universe. Also, doppelgangers of Superman with some attributes of Bizarro appeared in live action adaptations. Bizarro in the Bizarro world has become somewhat of a well known um, and the term bizarro is used to describe anything that utilizes twisted logic or that is the opposite of something else. Isn't that fun? So, as I said, his linguistics are weird. Um, he's just got a weird appearance to begin with. Um, Pre crisis Bizarro was originally created in a laboratory accident. The scientist was demonstrating his newly invented duplication ray to Superboy, um, testing it on a radium pellet and a jewel. However, the duplication radium was non-radioactive and the jewel melted. The scientist then stumbled upon, um, sorry, the scientist then stumbled and knocked over the machine, inadvertently created an imperfect Superboy. Now, although Bizarro wanted to be accepted, his appearance and erratic behavior scared people, especially since he has no idea of his own super strength. He was befriended by a blind girl shortly before Superboy realized the remains of the machine would act as kryptonite to him. Bizarro headed straight towards Superboy, having somehow realized that the shockwave from his destruction would cure his friend's blindness. Bizarro was created later a Bizarro was created by Lex Luthor, who used the duplicating ray on the adult Superman and hoped to use the duplicate to attack Superman. However, this Bizarro did not cooperate and instead tried to emulate Superman. Unfortunately, his attempts failed, and because of that, he was considered more of an anti hero because his antics scared people, and he wasn't doing exactly what was asked of him, I guess you would say. Feeling rejected by the people of Earth, he moved to the world that is known as Bizarro World, which had ancient advanced technology, which he was able to populate the planet with other Bizarros, created in the same manner that he was. Almost everyone on this new planet, Bizarro World, looked like an ugly Superman and possessed super strength and an ugly Lois Lane, along with a bunch of other duplicates of his friends as well. Bizarro's only weakness is blue kryptonite, which was created using the same machine to duplicate green kryptonite. Though Bizarro acts in what he believes to be the best manner, his logic obviously causes him to act in an evil way than an actual heroic way. Originally, his powers were the same as Superman, but he was hit with a meteorite which reversed his powers. So he has flame breath, ice vision, microscopic vision that actually increase the size of, I'm sorry, microvision, which actually increases the size of things, X-ray vision that could only see through lead, and etc. Superman had to deal with these new powers when Bizarro says he is going to save Lois Lane, which obviously in Bizarro logic means he was going to kill her. Superman managed to trick Bizarro into thinking that he has saved Lois, and returns to Bizarro World. Now, as we talked about, Bizarro World is a cube-shaped planet. Society is ruled by the Bizarro Code, which we already talked about. Later stories introduced Bizarro versions of the other cast as well, which were Bizarro Perry White and Bizarro Jimmy Olsen, created using the duplicate ray, along with a bunch of different superheroes as well that created the Bizarro League. In the final story of the pre-crisis era, in the beginning, Superman had a final encounter. Sorry, at the end, Superman had a final encounter with Bizarro, who had gone on a killing spree. Superman had been off Earth doing research for the government. When he returned, he found complete city blocks destroyed, and he was told Bizarro had gone berserk, smashing buildings and injuring innocent people. Confronted by Superman, Bizarro told him that this am part of genius Bizarro self-improvement plan. Bizarro tells Superman that he had destroyed Bizarro World as Krypton had been destroyed. Not much later after they had talked, Superman had killed Bizarro. And soon after, Superman's secret identity was exposed, and all the members of the Rogues Gallery attempted to kill him and everyone associated with him. Superman later discovered that Mr. M is the villain orchestrating the attacks and was most likely the one responsible for Bizarro's stranger behavior. In post-crisis appearance, Bizarro was destroyed in the Crisis of Infinite Earths. Although his character was later to be reimagined and reintroduced, the original Bizarro was able to make a few appearances. Apparently, um, he's only made a few appearances in that era. A post-Crisis Bizarro, which was the LexCorp one I talked about, and when Emperor Joker created him. And realistically, Bizarro has come back again and again and again throughout the days of time. So his abilities are, like I said originally, he was the same as Superman, but then again, he started with the meteorite, things started to change, and apparently he had, instead of possessing heat vision and freeze breath, he has freeze vision and flame breath. He's also been discovered to be more physically more powerful than Superman, but the nature of this fractured mind leaves him unable to access that potential. Um, Post-crisis, Bizarro has encountered blue kryptonite on two occasions. The first was the pre-Infinite Crisis Bat Bizarro, presenting him with a ring set with the stone in it. The ring caused Bizarro to speak normally and act rationally, as well as granting him 12th level intellect. The effect seems to be the opposite of the expected outcome. Instead of killing this Bizarro, it has the imperfect effect of making him intelligent. Still, he feared the ring because it made him different than what he was used to. The ring appeared to have no effect on the Bizarro since he is a Batman clone. Oh, Bat-Zarro, sorry, since he is a Batman clone. Post-Infinite Crisis, Luthor created a version of blue kryptonite that affects Bizarro just like green kryptonite affects Superman. And as of Action Comics 845, Bizarro has learned how to speak more normally by watching television for 13 months, and as a result, no longer negates the meaning of every possible word in the sentence, and now speaks more exactly than his other counterpart, than his other versions. And that, my friends, is Bizarro. He's had many different renditions of him, mostly due to the fact of him being just the opposite version of the Superman of that universe. Overall, there is apparently going to be another huge battle between Superman and Bizarro coming up in the comics in March of next year. So I wanted to do a little character spotlight on Bizarro, a character that's been around since 1958 and has been just an interesting character to begin with. He's definitely made things unique for Superman, I can say that for sure, and also created a brand new universe because of it. So overall, I think Bizarro is a great character that doesn't get a lot of screen time, and definitely a great adversary to Superman. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comics. I mean, in the comments below, not comics, comments below. But also, let me know if there's a character you'd like me to do a character spotlight on in the future. Just let me know in the comments. Other than that, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. And other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night.